on the Jurgen Klopp Buvac situation, Eamon, reading about their relationship, they have had bust-ups. It's been quite a volatile relationship between the two. They've been prone to having these big arguments, walking away and then making up or making amends, if you like, in 2 or 3 weeks' time. But it's just far from ideal preparation, given, I suppose, they drew over the weekend as well. Far from ideal preparation going into a massive match.
Yeah, well, players feel and see all this. They feel it. It could affect their training, their preparation for this match. It could affect the tactics in the game. There's obviously a deep rift between Klopp and Buvac. Now, what's that to do with? Who's been, getting a raw deal? Who feels the relationship isn't right? Who's taking all the glory? Who's not getting enough? All of these things kick in with success. The problems of failure we all know. But the problems of success are also, have to be dealt with. We don't know what the cause of this breakup is, but the relationship between a coach and a manager, or two coaches, if you like, that have known each other for that length of time, 17 years, if that breaks down 2 days before Champions League semi-final, it has to be something very, very important, and it has to have there could be collateral damage that's felt by the team, and I would be very worried about that, because Buvac clearly has an important role to play, and who's going to play that role now?
See, somebody's just texting to say, do you not think that Klopp's number 2 might be sick, or a family member might be sick, instead of thinking there's a split? Well, why wouldn't Liverpool come out and say that if that's the case? They would have said something.
That's the answer. I don't really think it looks like it's football related rather than a personal matter.
Yeah,
and it's not good. And hopefully Liverpool go through. But I'm not convinced that those 2 goals they conceded at the end won't extract a price. I'm really not. So I think these boys beat Chelsea 3-0. They beat Barcelona 3-0. They went to Stamford Bridge and they drew 3-3. And people are saying, well, it's over. It's not over.
Yeah, and that's the beauty of sport. It ain't over till it's over, Alan.
It's over, baby, as Eamon might say to someone else. And I just think, Eamon, the Barcelona one, I think there was slight hope from them after the first leg, because I remember watching that match and there was a lot of chances they created, and I felt the 4-1 flattered them. But looking at the game last week, they were well beaten, and I know they got the 2 late goals, but I can't see how they're going to shut out Liverpool. They're just so good going forward, and obviously those 3 boys, we've spoken about them time after time, and the more they push for the goal, Hugh, the more vulnerable they are on the break, and they only takes 1 obviously, and Liverpool are fine. I'd be shocked. I'd be absolutely shocked if Liverpool threw this away.
Good news that Roberto Firmino has signed a new 5-year contract, aiming to stay at Liverpool, and Mo Salah has had his salary doubled as well. So Liverpool, obviously, they're keen on hanging on to their best players, which is a good sign.
Yeah, it is a very good sign. Just to say to Alan that Barcelona are going to do an invincible. They're going to go through the Spanish League unbeaten, Alan.
I watched them last night, Eamon.
Tell me how encouraged you are then that they were beaten by Roma.
Who, Barcelona?
Yeah.
That they were beaten by Roma?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I watched the game and Roma played very well.
You're suggesting that Barcelona haven't got their stuff together and all that. Messi got a hat-trick last night.
No,
away from home. He couldn't get a goal. He couldn't get a sniff in Rome.
Yeah, because Roma had their tactics done on it. They were brilliant. I watched the 2 games.
Yeah, it's actually, they might have their tactics spot on. The game at Anfield last week, Alan, they dominated the first 25 minutes. And they dominated the last 15 minutes.
But did you see the defending in between?
I did, yeah. It was
so
poor.
It's all the same to them.
It was poor. But these guys beat Barcelona. They beat Chelsea. They scored 3 goals at Stamford Bridge. Are you saying if they scored 3 goals against Stamford Bridge, they can't score 3 goals against Liverpool?
Obviously they can score. Obviously they can score 3, but can they keep the other 3 out?
Well, we don't know.
Exactly, and you don't know, can they score 3? So it's all hypothetical at the moment.
Let me put it this way. No, it's not. They kept
absolutely
Lionel Messi out in Rome.
Sorry?
They kept Lionel Messi out.
And they've done a
in
great
Rome.
job of it. I watched it. They were really, really good.
Yeah. So, what's the thing about... You think they're going to be terrified of the Liverpool front three?
Wouldn't you be terrified of them?
Not really. Not if I kept Barcelona, Lionel Messi out. No, I'd be quite confident.
I think the front three that Liverpool have are probably even more dangerous than Messi.
Ooh, you're getting into dangerous territory there,
I think
baby.
they are.
Go Twitter.
We'll save this
You
for
read
Friday
the damn
night.
thing.
We'll see.
We'll save it
So
for
you
Friday
think
night.
Liverpool will turn this around?
I think Liverpool are obviously favoured, but I don't like the split between Klopp and his assistant, for one.
But again, we don't know the facts to that either. We're speculating there.
Well, even the fact that he's not there is,
Exactly.
is a negative, though. It's a negative. Isn't
Yeah.
it?
negative.
But until we hear the full story, obviously it might look bad 2 days before the game that he's walking out, but maybe it is personal. You don't know that, Hugh, until the facts come out.
Yeah,
Okay.
the only thing it goes on the original newspaper report that had this suggested that it was a fallout, a significant fallout between the two, and that's the only information that we have to go on. And Liverpool have kept quiet. And I just think if there was a genuine reason for him going home, surely they would come out and say, given how important this
I'll
week
have
is.
another go, Hugh, to talk sense to this man. Do you remember the first match of the Premier League season, Alan?
Yes.
Liverpool away to Watford.
I
That's
watched it as well.
WATFORD. What was the score?
3-2.
No, 3-3.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Watford got 3.
Yeah.
Right,
I remember
and
that,
you're telling
actually,
me Roma can't get 3?
Oh, Eamon.
Are you off your head?
Yeah, well, look,
And they
obviously,
were all from set pieces, by the way.
look,
And there'd be a lot of set pieces, and nothing's changed.
yeah, absolutely. No one's suggesting that they can't get 3. What I'm saying to you is the chances of it are very, very slim. You look at Liverpool's form, how good they are going forward. And again, as I said, it's hypothetical. You think they may get 3, they may do, they may not. But I think that Liverpool are going to score on the night. And again, they may do or may not. We're all second guessing here. But judging on what we've seen and judging by the facts and judging by how much they tortured Roma in the first leg last week at Liverpool, I just don't see how when they're pushing forward and pressing for those goals that they're able to keep it tight at the back. It's just not possible.
Well, would you have been surprised, Alan, if someone had told you that these torturers could play Stoke at home and not score a goal?
But Eamon, look, you can't argue that Liverpool haven't been good going forward.
No, I'm asking you, would you have been surprised if I'd have told you at 5-12 on Saturday morning that Stoke are coming to Anfield and Liverpool aren't going to score a goal?
Yeah, but the game on Saturday, you couldn't judge that on with what's coming up. They're safe in the top 4 now. Obviously, all eyes were on the game, so I actually felt the game on Saturday was irrelevant for them, really.
Okay, well, as Manchester City won the league, you are the reigning king, but and I hope Liverpool go through.
So do I.
But I'm not sanguine, should we say. I'll be watching it with some trepidation, because if they go 1-0 down in the first 15-20 minutes, if they're 2-0 down with 15 minutes to go, those sort of brilliant bursts forward and those goals that most Salah scores can quickly evaporate. It's not like football doesn't work like that. And if you don't give yourself a chance, in other words, if you don't do everything right in preparation for a Champions League semi-final second leg, and it doesn't look as if they have done, well then, the gods have a way of giving you a kick.
Charles in Dublin 12 texting to say, Jesus, never thought I'd say this, but I'm enjoying Eamon winding Alan up better than I can do.
Well, it's easy. You just press the button.
He's the only one that actually is a fan of you, Eamon, that Charles. Don't mind him.